everybody. Welcome to our live feed. Let me edit a few of my sounds here because I'm getting some major feedback. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it. We are going live, and if you are new here, the purpose of these lives is not only to educate you guys in a live feed, but to also record some pre-recorded audio for our podcast, a little more structure, a little more straight to the point, not a whole lot of banter back and forth, because I know you guys are super busy in your entrepreneurial worlds, and we want to get right into it in our pre-recorded sessions. So these live feeds shows you behind the scenes of how I record my podcast and how we get everything going for you guys. This will stay up. I do not believe I will pull this live down. So if you're watching it pre-recorded, save it, come back to it as often as needed. But we will do the short, straight to the point videos as well as podcasts. We are now on Anchor, Shopify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, you can find us. Type in Simply Minave, where you get your podcast, to find all of our episodes of Craft Your Business, which is a segment of our Satin Talk. Satin Talk is where we keep it real sweet, satin-like, and smooth and easy to absorb. Anything about your business, your personal life, your relationship, your entrepreneurial mindset is what we talk about to better your entire world, not just the business, but anything and everything around your business. Because if your personal ain't straight, your business isn't going to be straight, your relationships aren't going to be straight, everything's going to be all over the place. So we kind of want to touch and get all of that stuff in order. So welcome to Satin Talk. I am your host, Minave Chrissy, owner of Minave, the business branding boutique, as well as the hair care, accessory, loungewear, personal care shop, where we provide our items as well as private label, white label items for other businesses to sell in their shops. I'm the founder of Bigger Better Bosses, where we lift up big bad black bosses. Their support group, follow us there in our Facebook group, where you can push and promote your business as you please, as long as it is not filled with hate, spam, or any of the above. You can post all of your items there. Why y'all gonna tell me I'm just giving y'all all kind of action over here on YouTube? I'm sorry, on Instagram. We are live, first of all, y'all. We are live on Instagram. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're live everywhere. So wherever you're following me, wherever you're watching me, thank you so much for joining in. I see y'all in the room. Hello to everybody. Hi, Rachel. Hi, let's see. What's this name? Let me see if I can get it right. Is it Paddle Wise Designs? Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Type it in and let me know how to say it correctly. I want to say hi to everybody that's in the room, and I want to make sure that I am talking to you guys with the correct names. I'm comfortable. As y'all can see, I was giving y'all some boob action. I'm comfortable. Another point of Satin Talks is just to come into the room as we are. I have my satin scarf on. I have my dressing gown on. I'm comfortable. I'm actually going to get ready for bed after I get off of this live with you guys. Come into the room as you are. If you have any questions, please type them in. I'm going to answer your questions live. Hey, Rachel. Hey, it's Pat Lewis Design. See, I knew I was getting it wrong. Thank you so much. I put it all together. Mrs. Pat Lewis, welcome to the room. Welcome to Minave. We're going to talk about anything and everything about retail. So I definitely talk to my crafters. If you follow me from any of these craft groups that we in, I know that is how I met a lot of you guys. I always talk about how you can take your small craft business and turn it into a wholesale and manufacturing enterprise. If you just buy and resell items, if you are a salon or spa owner, you have items that you sell in your shop that you may not make, it's okay. I'm speaking to you as well, because you sell items. As long as you're selling something and you want to sell them in larger scales and you want to sell them to larger markets all over the world, this is why we're here. And we actually have a new course that we will be teaching you guys the steps on how to mass produce, how to increase your production capacity, how to close more sales, how to convert leads, how to find those leads, how do we generate leads? People are like, where do these leads come from? We're going to teach you how to generate those leads. We're going to teach you how to close those sales. We're going to teach you how to produce faster so you can push out more items. I'm in my junkie office on purpose. I am in the middle of filling orders. I have about, my honey's over here on the side. You may hear him co-signing. We have 262 items that have to be out this week. It's Sunday now, so by the end of this week, I do have 262 that need to go out. That's only 4 orders, 262 items within 4 orders because we wholesale. So I'm going to talk about how I am able to do that on my own. And I won't say on my own all the way. I do have some contracted seamstresses. I have 2 employees that I employ. But when I'm, able to get things out and increase my profits doing things myself, I do that. And I show you guys how I'm going to be able to do that. Or how I do that. I'm going to be able to show you in the course how I do that, I should say, as well as one-on-one courses. I do have some clients that come in. I'm bouncing back and forth in between crimes. I have IG over here, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter over here. So I'm bouncing back and forth if you see me looking all over the place. I have screens all over in front of me. But I will be talking specifically to people that hire me for the one-on-one courses on how I can help them build their brand with their specific items, their specific, categories of business that they're in. I can build that specifically for you. We'll business evaluation. We'll go everything about your business, what needs to be fixed, adjusted, or honed down on because you're already slaying that section of your business. We'll talk about that, how to continue to keep things moving, and then make a plan. We'll strategize on what to do moving forward so we can start knocking goals off of the list. In the group session, we'll do the same, but it won't be super brand specific because we'll do it in a group setting, but you'll still get all of the tips, tricks, tools laid out for you. So after the end of every single course, you can take all of that information home with you and start to build on your business with that. We're going to scale the businesses so you can do more, you can do it faster, bring in more money because you're bringing in more clients in a faster speed. So anyway, that's the introduction. Don't want to ramble on. I don't know. I schedule for 30 minutes. I may give you an hour. Let's see how we feel if I don't lose my voice before here today. But again, if you're watching me, you have any questions, please type them in. I'm absolutely here to answer your questions. At the end allows, we will do a live Q&A. I will chat back and forth with you. Yeah, I have my microphone in front of me because we are recording our podcast as well. This will be edited, chopped, and real cute. Get it all the way down for you guys. So if you want to come in and listen to our podcast and get it straight to the point where there'll be bullet point chapters where you fast forward to the points that are relevant to you, you can do that as well. So we're doing a whole lot at one time right here. So let me just make sure I'm not missing any comments. Let me pull my chat up. Okay, we're not missing anything. So good. So let's dive into what I mean. Like, what exactly is wholesale? So when you're wholesaling items, it is more than just selling items in bulk. Someone can come into your store, your store, your virtual store or your physical store, and they want a buttload of items. We're talking like 30 items or more. Some people's wholesale is 100 items or more, 500 or more. It just depends on the company. You set your wholesale minimums on what you consider to be wholesale. Outside of just offering items in bulk, you also offer them at a better rate. So the person that is buying them can then resell them and they can make a profit on their end as well. And a lot of things that I see in these wholesale videos, or not wholesale videos, I'm sorry, in these craft groups where they talk about wholesaling is people don't want to lower their profits and give it to businesses at a lower rate so they can also make a profit. The word, or phrase that gets tossed around in those groups is, that's not my business if you want it for lower. That's not, your budget isn't my business, which is absolutely true when you're setting your prices for your business. But at the same time, if you're going to start to wholesale and you want other people to buy your items and you want them to resell them in their store and make money and be profitable, you want to give it to them at a rate that makes sense for their business. Yes, your profitability comes down. Yes, you don't make as much money, but they're coming in and they're buying more items. So the way to look at it and not feel like you're losing money is to not look at what you're profiting per item. Once you start to wholesale, the per item profit, I won't say it doesn't matter, but it's not as important as your overall profit of that entire order. So if you're going to sell an item that is typically $20 on the retail end, but you decide to wholesale it for 50% off, it costs you $4 to create it. When it's retail, $20, you make $16 because it costs you $4 to either create it or to buy it. So your profit is $16 at retail. If you decide to wholesale and you wholesale it for 50% off, you now have a $10 item that you made or bought and it cost you $4. There's only a $6 profit. So you lose $10 in that profit. And most people are like, why the heck would I want to sell something and lose my $10 profit? Because now it's wholesale. The minimums, if you set the minimum to 100 just to make it easy and lay these numbers out for you easily, you are selling 100 items at $10 a piece. That's $1,000. Are y'all following me? And then the profit is only $6. So you make a $600 profit. It costs you $400 to sell them. You made $600 and that's money in the bank. You sold 100 items. So yes, the profitability is lower, but you sold more. So look at that overall picture. You still made $600, and if you're a buyer and reseller, you did nothing but provide them items and you made $600. So yes, you lose that extra $1,000 because you lose $10 per item. 100 items, 1,000 loss there, but I wouldn't consider it a loss because you were able to move those products. The faster that you can move products, the better. And if you need to lower that price to move them faster, then all you need to do now is to make sure that your inventory can allow for you to continue to do that over and over and over again. People are going to come in and buy those items from you because they know that they can buy them for 10, sell them for 20. They can now make a $10 profit per item, and they aren't doing anything but buying and reselling. You have not done anything. For my crafters, it may be harder for you to scale down your profit because you're putting in the hard work, but that is why it's so important to make sure you understand how much it actually costs you to make your items, how much material is costing you, the products and supplies that you have purchased to make the items. You have to break it down per item, per hour, per whatever to figure out how much that item costs. Then pay yourself for your time. A lot of people say, well, how do you pay yourself? I pay myself first. I don't do anything before I pay myself. So the same way that you will hire somebody and pay them an hourly wage, you need to do that for yourself. If you can make, and for me, I make satin bonnets, I make scarves. Let's say, just to make the number, it's not a realistic number, but just to make the numbers easy for you guys to follow. Let's say I can make 10 bonnets per hour. And if I break that down by an hourly rate, I want to pay myself $20 an hour, 10 bonnets an hour. I need to pay myself at least $2 per bonnet. I need to pay myself at least $2 per bonnet so I hit that $20 an hour rate. On top of that, I need to make sure that I am incorporating the cost of material, my thread, my fabric, if I need to replace patterns, if it's a disposable pattern or something like that. All that has to be incorporated. Your packaging, your shipping, your boxes, all of that needs to be incorporated into your prices. I'll say it cost me about $7 to create one bonnet. That $7 includes all of my fabric and my supplies, and then my $2 that I have to pay myself to make sure that I'm covered as the producer, as the laborer, the line worker, the seamstress, whatever title you want to give yourself. So $12 is the fee that I require to sell a bonnet and not come out of pocket. The labor is paid for, the cost of materials is paid for, the shipping, supplies, the boxes, all of that is paid for at $12 per bonnet. So I need to make sure that my wholesale rate exceeds that. So that way we're at least covered. If you want to put in a percentage where the business is profitable, then you need to raise it even more. So say I want to make sure that the business makes $2 per bonnet. We're at like $14. That's the minimum. I cannot sell my items for less than $14. Anything less than that, I am in the hole. Somebody's not getting paid, or somebody's getting paid out of my pocket. That doesn't include products. The profitability of the business is our products. So you want to make sure you're pricing things correctly. We will break this down. I will put spreadsheets up and charts so you can follow me fully and not just listen to my words. If you are to come in and take my course or hire me to be one of your brand marketing strategists, your branding and marketing strategists, we can do this for your business with your actual products, your actual cost, your actual profitability. So that is just a quick overall view of wholesale. If you think that lowering your prices for your items in order to sell wholesale is costing you too much money, set your minimums higher. So you are making a minimum something. I need to make at least $100 for every order. So this is how many items I need to sell to hit my $100. So no matter what I sell, I at least made $100 off of that one sale. We can structure that and we can set that up to make sure that your profitability meets whatever requirements that you have set up for your business. So now that we just got a full overall understanding of wholesale, let's talk about how we can generate these leads and then how to convert those leads into sales. So again, to give myself as an example, because I do this every day, no better example than myself, I sell satin hair care items. I reach out to other businesses that are already looking for or selling the items that I sell. I do my own research. I do that due diligence as a business owner to make sure that the people that I'm speaking to are interested in my items. I reach out to spas, salons, beauty supply stores, anybody that would be interested in my items, soap shops, anyone that is involved in personal care, loungewear, people that want my stuff. They sell items like mine. They either have their own brand or they're a store or a boutique that sells items like mine. So understanding if they're a brand or a store is also important because you want to make sure that you are addressing them correctly. You want to make sure that you are coming up to them with a game plan that makes sense for their business. If they're a brand, I'm not going to go up to them and try to sell them Minivate labeled items. They're not going to be interested. Why would they want to sell my stuff? For example, Smoke Stones is a brand. He sells his items. All of the items on his shelves has his name on it. He don't want me to pay nothing, So I would come up to him with my white label service or my private label service. I have items on my shelves or in my production line that are specifically for other businesses. I have to make sure that my brand is protected. So I'm not selling my items and just taking the tags off and putting their tags because I want to make sure that my stuff stays my stuff. But I do have items that we are able to incorporate for someone else where they can put their name on it, their logo, their tags, their packaging, and sell them as their own. They do not have to know that Minivate created them. Yes, it would be nice for Minivate to get all of the recognition. I created that. I did that. But it's not really about me at this point. My purpose as a white label and private label service is to provide an item for another business that meets their quality, their needs to fit their customers. They don't need to know who manufactured it. I am a registered manufacturer. If you dig and find out and pull up my registration number, you can find out who created it if it gets that deep. Because as a manufacturer, you have to do that. We talk about that in the course as well to make sure that you are registered as either a small batch manufacturer or a full-blown manufacturer where you have to get your RN number to make sure that people can find out where the items are created in the rare and unfortunate event of a recall. All that has to be done. We talk about compliance. We talk about legal measures to protect the business, to make sure that your customers are protected, and to make sure that you're selling items that you can legally sell because some items cannot be sold. I see stuff being sold all the time and I'm just like, oh no, honey, don't sell that. You can't sell that. That has phthalates in it. It has lead in it. It has, that can be sold for children. So we talk about all of that in our course as well. But anyway, back to what we were saying. These are all things that need to be considered when you are reaching out to your leads. What do they sell? Who are their customers? Are they a store? Are they a boutique? Are they a brand? Are they a service-based business? And you have to generate not only the lead list, but what you do after you find that lead. I found a salon. They have their own brand. They have a name, a reputable name in the community. I want to try to sell them something with their name on it. So I'm going to create samples. This is why you're here. What are we talking about with these samples? I'm going to create a sample with their name on it, with their tag in their packaging, and I'm going to either hand deliver it, mail it to them with a nice handwritten letter, and I'm going to get them interested in my products by showing them what they can do for their own business. Samples cost money, but guess what? A lot of people are out here creating ads that are not bringing them money. You're getting views. What's the point of getting on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and going viral and getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views and nobody's buying anything? What is the point? You are purchasing 1 to 2 ads, let's say a week, $10 to $15 per ad. That's $30 a week 4 days a month, you're dropping $120 or more a month on ads that is getting you views and recognition. And I'm doing air quotes when I say recognition because people are viewing you and watching you. But if the people that are watching you are not interested in your products, so what? So what? You got brand recognition. You got brand recognition from someone that will never buy your items. It makes no sense. Start to reach out to companies that are interested in your products. Send them a sample. Put it in your budget. $120. Let's go back to that example I gave you guys earlier. It cost me $12 to $14 to create an item. For me, that is my cost as a business owner, a manufacturer, to create an item. If I was spending $120 a month on ads that were getting me one or two sales, I was maybe making my 120 back. Maybe I wasn't, but I wasn't really making a lot of money. You want to tenfold your money. Every time you spend money, you want to attempt to tenfold it. If I put 120 out into the universe, I need to get 1,200 back. And if that's not happening, you need to readjust your strategy. You need to readjust how you're marketing and who you're marketing to. So knowing that I spent $120 and it didn't do anything in those ads, I'm going to readjust and I'm going to put that same amount of money that I was already spending that wasn't making me any money, and I'm going to put it into my budget as samples. $12 a bonnet, I can send out 10 samples. I can at least send out 10 samples to 10 different businesses a month in hopes that they come back and they buy something wholesale. $12 is my minimum. Let's say I decide to wholesale for $15. I am making a $3 profit. It don't sound like much, y'all. I know. Just bear with me. I'm making a $3 profit on these items alongside the materials being paid for, my labor, my workers. If the worker is me, I get that, or my worker makes that. They have been compensated, plus the money for the business, because the business needs to be compensated. Because remember, all of that needs to be included in how much your items actually cost. How much does it cost to put this item on my shelf? $12, okay? And after that, after everything is paid for, labor is paid for, business has been compensated for their portion of the profit, there's an additional $3 profit available. My minimums are $100. After I sell to somebody, there is a profitability of $300 after everything is paid for. Everything is covered, $300 in my pocket, one client. If I can do that every single time I send out samples, I still made money. It doesn't seem like a lot. It's not a six-figure business, not yet. But first we need to learn the blueprint and understand why this works. Once you figure out why it works and how it makes you money, copy, paste. Do it over and over and over again. Once you have the ability to understand how you can wholesale and why wholesale makes you money, do it over again and scale the business. Now you can hire people. So it's like, okay, I'm going to make $300 for this and my laborers are paid for. Understanding that the laborers are paid for now helps you understand that you can continue to hire people because the laborers are paid for in the cost of the item. That profitability is after your employees are paid, okay? Hire people. How the heck can I push out 2,000 to 3,000 items a month if it's just me? I can do it, but do I want to continue to do it? Because I want the business to work for me and not the other way around. Me working for my business just gave me another job. I fired my boss to then come an employee for a new boss myself. I work for myself and I boss myself. And doing that in the beginning, you have that if you don't have the funds or the investment to hire right off the back, hire managers, hire anybody that you need to help structure the business. You may have to be the man that does everything, the woman that does everything, but you eventually want to get to a point where you can start to take some of those hats off. Start taking some of those hats off and hand it to people so you can just sit back, observe, and manage and keep the business going. That is truly how you scale your business. We have done it. We are in the process of doing it even further. We are opening up our factory thanks to our wholesale orders. Even with my health issues and having to close the business and restructure and rebrand, which we didn't do a full-blown rebranding, but we did do some things differently because as you can see, I am here giving you guys this information because this is a part of the plan. I want to be able to pay myself by providing knowledge to other businesses to go and thrive and do the same thing. And if any of my tips and tricks and knowledge, my abundant knowledge that I'm handing over to you guys, if you're watching me on this live, y'all didn't pay anything. You're here. It's free freaking 99. Take all of this information and implement it into your business. If it makes sense, keep doing it. Copy, paste. Listen to all these other podcasts, all these other YouTube channels, get a book, read a book, take a class, go to a community college, do what you need to do to expand your knowledge as far as you possibly can to continue to grow this thing. And then you can do the same thing that I'm doing, and you can build a course, you can sell webinars, you can wholesale and keep, stay on the floor if that's what you want to do. And you can also make money by giving game. Giving game is the game, y'all. So, I'm definitely going to be on here giving you guys these tips and tricks every single week. 52 weeks out of the year, you guys will see me on your screen giving you some information on how you can continue to build and grow your business. Again, whether you are a crafter and you like to get your hands dirty and make the items yourself, or if you're a buyer and reseller, or if you're a designer and you reach out to other factories like myself. I have people that come to me with designs, with patterns, everything already done. They just need somebody to manufacture. I touch all of that. We manufacture, we design, we create, we sell. We do it all. And now I'm giving it to you guys on a platform where you can learn how to do it yourself. This is not a secret. I charge to sit down one-on-one with you guys and really break it down and give it to you specifically for your business, because that costs me time. Time costs money. But giving this stuff to you for free because you can possibly just take this information and do it yourself. Either way, I'm satisfied. I love seeing us win. Never been a hater, never been the type of person that felt like, oh, it should have been me, because I don't think that way. If it should have been me, I would have had it. And it took me a while to figure out my full-blown process. But now that I kind of have that locked down, I share it with the world. And I really do appreciate you guys for coming in wherever you're watching me. If you could do me a favor though, share me with your world, share me with your friends, share me in your stories, share me on your pages. Go to your craft and your business groups where they allow you to share content like this, and share me with your world so we can continue to grow this thing. We can continue to grow and strive in our personal lives, in our business lives, in anything and everything that makes us us, is what we want to grow and nurture. If you like to listen to podcasts, our podcast will be starting this November. We are currently recording, as you can see, podcasts, and they will go up. Find me on Anchor, type in Simply Minovate in the search bar. Show me some love there. Follow me, hit the bell so you never miss a post, and leave a donation. Keep us going. Every little cent counts. Every little dollar counts. It keeps us going. It allows me to continue to upgrade all of my technology. It allows me to continue to hire. It allows me to continue to drop so many gems and nuggets on you guys so you guys can get up and do the same thing. This was just a quick video touching bases on what we will be offering in our courses. Our wholesale edition is up first. It is a 3-part series, 2 hours each, a full 6-hour course on how you can turn your craft business or your retail business into an wholesale enterprise. I have been able to secure large 4-figure contracts. My largest contract to date was a $5,600 contract. Okay, I was able to do that from the comfort of my home. This is not a braggadocious statement. I am testifying, and I pray that you guys can come back and testify along with me. I was able to do that with the power of wholesale. Yes, the profitability was lower through wholesale, but I still made some money, y'all. I still made some money. I was able to fire my boss. Hubby was able to fire his boss. We do this 100% from home, play from home, learn from home, school from home. I homeschool my kids. With the pandemic, we had to tighten stuff down. I have autoimmune diseases. I've been in and out of the hospital this year, as well as previous years. And we had to figure out a plan that works for us. I can take off when I need to take off. We travel when we want to travel, when we're able to travel again. We haven't really done a lot of traveling lately. We, we were able to purchase a home. We just purchased a new car. We were able to do all of these things from my craft business. And anybody that desires the same can do it. And I will show you how. I am the proof. The receipts are here, So that's the whole purpose and point of this. Join me again next week. Join me next week, Sunday at 8:30, same time, same place. Wherever you are following me here, follow me here again, or, switch it up and follow me somewhere else. Simply Minovate across all of the social media sites. You can find me And I'm going to pop some things up on the screen just before I get out of here because I have some things I want to share with you. Again, I'll go over what this course will include. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, you can see the graphics. Sorry, Instagram, I don't have those capabilities on Instagram. But if you head over to minivate.com, everything that I'm saying you can see on my site. The 2-hour course will cover product pricing for profitability, efficient production fulfillment, which means how can I push out so many items so fast? It's all about laying out your assembly line, giving yourself a schedule and a quota every single day and sticking to it. That is how I run my efficient factory in my home or in the factory. We do have a location where my contracted workers can come in and work with us when needed. We lay out a quota and a plan for the day so we can make sure we stay on task. Manufacturing compliance and product tracking. I touched bases on that earlier. As a manufacturer, there are things that you legally need to do to be able to create and sell to other businesses. Inventory and shipping, we talk about managing your inventory, managing your numbers so that way when items sell online, it's actually items that are either available or on schedule to be available, as well as the best shipping rates, the best shipping software, ship services, and different things like that to make sure that you are not losing your profitability with shipping costs. We talk about marketing, of course, how you reach out and how you get customers interested, that lead generation that we spoke a little bit about earlier. SEO and internet presence. Let's pause for a moment. SEO is so important. Search engine optimization is so important. People cannot buy what they cannot find. They don't know who you are just off of a whim. Someone had to either tell you or tell them who you are, or they had to find you online. When you type in satin bonnet vendor, Black owned vendor, satin bonnet wholesale, Minivate pops up on the first page every single time. When you type in any search on any search engine, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask Jeeves, I don't know what you use. If you type in a product, you're going to get thousands of results. Don't be number 1,000. People will never find you. You need to be on that first page within the first 5 to 6 lines. I am number 1 when it comes to private businesses when satin bonnet vendor. You don't believe me? Go to Google and type it in, come back and tell me what number I am on your screen. If y'all think I'm lying, go to google.com, type in satin bonnet vendor and tell me what line I'm on. Bypass ads. Ads don't count. People pay for that line. And then after that, you see Etsy, which is a marketplace that has hundreds, if not thousands, of other bonnet vendors. And then there's Alibaba, that is also a marketplace with hundreds, if not thousands, of other vendors that they have to sort and choose from. After those two, Etsy and Alibaba, Minivate.com pops up. I am the very first private business online on Google when you search satin bonnet vendor. I have been able to achieve that magnificent status, that magnificent ranking on Google by SEO. And hey, and please forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. I believe it's Siobhan. Hello, everybody stop and say hello to Queen Co Customs. Go follow her. She is one of my beauties that I will be working with. We about to get her all the way in order, and she about to be sitting right here next to me, selling and testifying the same way that I am. Don't worry, honey. We gonna get that SEO in order because you can do the same thing. So yeah, SEO allows me to be seen. How did Klarna find me? How did Afterpay find me? How did Hotel Figueroa in Los Angeles, California find me? They purchased 200 items for me, contract signed and paid, y'all. Big contract. And I got that order out in 2 weeks. A $5,000 contract with a check in 2 weeks. We were able to do that with all of these tools that we will be talking about in this course. So I had to pause because SEO is so important. I'm always screaming SEO, y'all. People do not take that serious. Anything on your website, your social media pages that allows you to type in alternate text, metadata, descriptions, fill that out. Fill it out. Fill it out. Fill it out. They have to know what it is, what color it is, what size it is, who it fits, who made it, where it came from. Put all of that information in your description. So when people go online and type in items that they are looking for, if you sell it in your store, you should pop up. And if you don't, you're doing it wrong. So we'll talk about that. Back to the list. Customer service. Customer service is important. So what? You have the best item. So what? It is at the best price. So what? It is most seen. If your customer service sucks, what was all that hard work for? We need to talk about customer service. We need to talk about how you speak to people, how you respond to people, what is important when it comes to customer service. That goes hand in hand with your customer relationship management, your CRM. Those are software databases that allow you to track your customer interactions. So every time someone comes online and speaks to me, I want to be able to address them by name. I want to be able to relate to them as far as the items that they sell, their social media pages. I want to remember what they purchased from me and when. I want to know how often they buy. So when we speak, I'm speaking to them as if we talked every day. Your customer relationship management helps you do that. I speak to thousands of people over the course of, let's say, a month. There's no way. There's just absolutely, I would love to be able to, I remember everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. I remember everybody, but I may or may not remember what you bought, when, and how many. So, your CRM allows you to stay on top of the game so people feel special, which they should. You should make them feel special. They are spending their money on you. Make them feel special. Give them that that personal experience that keeps them coming back. And write yourself notes if you have to until you really learn who they are. My customers that buy me over and over and over and over again, of course, I know them because we talk all the time. And the people that are new, I may need a little bit of help. That CRM helps me remember them until I no longer need the help. But I type them notes in anyway, because remember, you're scaling your business, which means that other people will be working either under you or alongside you. They need to see those notes so they can do the same, no matter who they talk to, when they call in, when they email in, when they chat in. They should feel special regardless of who they talk to on your team. Your CRM allows you to do that. We'll talk about CRM, who to use and why, who I use and why. I'll tell y'all all of that. Sell sheets are important when it comes to wholesale. People want to know how much, how often, when can I buy, how can I buy, what does the crate include, what is the shipping cost. Your sell sheets allow you to do and give all of that information without having to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Get a sell sheet. List your items. It should have a barcode for people to scan or for you to scan. It should have the prices, what is included in that price, the shipping time, the fulfillment time, all of that. So when people say, hey, I need a price list, you should be able to send them a price list. And with that list, not only should they know what they need to know about the item, but it should also tell them how to buy. Now that you have this information, how do I buy these items from you? Don't keep making them come back and ask you questions, okay? Give them all of that information so they can buy from you. People shop the most. My phone goes off the most in the middle of the night while I am sleeping. My orders come in the first, I don't get up and check Facebook. I don't get up and check emails, which I do eventually. But the very first thing I check is I pull my notification bar down and I need to see how much money I made last night. And the way that I'm able to do that is sell sheets. They have all of that information that they need to shop when you are not available. At night, people are laid up in the middle of the bed, impulse buying. Catch them while they're interested. Do not let them drift away and go to another site. Give them all of that information that they need so they can shop and go to sleep peacefully because they know they're in good hands. I will teach you guys how to do that. Lead generation, we talked about. Closing sales. Will dive way deeper into closing sales. Yes, you got the lead. Yes, you got the information. Yes, you have the knowledge on what to provide to those customers once you know what they're interested in, but you still have to close the sale. We'll talk about closing sales. And then last but not least, we'll talk about client retention. Keep them coming back and buying often. One thing that I do that I'll drop in here really quickly for you guys is we provide marketing material with our products. Not only do you get a product, you get images for your e-com, you get images for your social media page, you get graphics and all those different things that will set your website and your business up to sell. We make you look just as good as we do. I am not afraid of competition. Number one, you brought it from me. I want them to buy it. I want you guys to sell out. I want you to come back and I want you to buy more. If you're not winning, I'm not winning. So, not to make it a super selfish thing, but obviously we run businesses. At the end of the day, the point of your business is to make you money. So I do everything in my power to make myself money as well as my clients because you guys help make me money, period. We just gonna keep it a buck 100. People don't like talking about it. They don't want to say, I'm not going to tell you how much I made because it'll make me seem, no, we're not bragging. Again, we're testifying and I'm going to show you guys how to do the same thing. So I pretty much got through everything and we did good. We did good time and I'm under an hour. We're at 40 minutes. I gave you guys all of that information on, just what we'll be breaking down fully. That was just a quick snippet. I hope that you got something out of that today where you're able to actually go home and use some of this quick information. But if you want me to truly break it all the way down for you, make sure you guys head over to my site, minivate.com, where you can get the full blown course. You can get the full blown course. And let me put myself back up here so you guys aren't just staring at this screen. One second, y'all. Hey. Okay, so make sure you guys head over to my website, minivate.com. Sign up for the course. The course is $100 normally. Right now, it is 60% off for our early birds. They are limited, y'all. So make sure you go ahead and get your seat before they sell out, because once the early bird tickets are gone, they will go back up to $100. So go head over and get yours for $40. If you would like a one-on-one session where we break it down specifically for your business, there is a 2-hour course on that same page, minivate.com. Head over to the courses tab and you can select whether you want the early bird rate or the one-on-one course where we will break it down for you. Notes and everything ready to go. Again, that will include a business evaluation. I will go through your website. I will go through your social media pages. I will go through anywhere you are present on the internet and we will fix it, Felix. Okay. And not saying that what you're doing is wrong. We'll just address everything. What you're doing right. Let's keep doing that. Let's add this to it. This doesn't work. Let's switch this up a little bit. Let's remove this completely and do this instead. Whatever needs to be done, we'll break it down so your business can progress. So we can start checking those goals off your list. At the end of every single course or strategy meeting, you should have homework to go and implement into your business. And when you come back for that next meeting, we should have things marked off the list and we should be moving and progressing. So it's up to you on how fast you want to move and how much you want to do, because you have to go home and take all of this information and implement it. Or if you would prefer for us to do it for you, that is always an option as well. If it's just easier to pay me, I would love to take your money and do it for you. But the goal is to align all of this information so you can go do it for yourself. I had to start off that way. I didn't have the funds to have a business manager or a coach or a strategist line these things up for me. So I read and I got on YouTube and I listened to podcasts and I listened and I learned and I absorbed and I did all of that allowed me to get to where I am today. And I'm trying to save you all of that extra work by just laying it at your feet. You can sit in and listen, take this information, implement it into your business, or you can hire us to do it for you. Either way, we're going to get it, y'all. So I'm going to get out of here because I'm doing a whole lot of talking. I am starting to lose my voice. I'm going to check one last time. Are you guys with me? Do you have any questions before we get out of here for the evening? Please ask your questions and I would love to answer them. And while you're doing that, I'm going to share some of this on pages all over. If you have not shared me everywhere, if you have not followed or subscribed everywhere, make sure you do that. There are links in the description of this video where you can click and love on me there, whether it's just a share, whether it's a like or a donation. Either or, I love you all no matter what you do. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's see, no questions. So we don't have any questions. I'll give it a few more minutes. Can you see anything on your end, babe? Are you on my live? What you looking at over? Why you didn't say nothing?
I've been looking.
What's been looking? You got to talk to me.
I'm going to talk to you while you was talking.
Okay, let's see. No questions, you guys. Okay, so if we don't have any questions, I think that I'm going to head on out. I think I'm going to get on up out of here. Let's see. Yep, no, we have no questions. And I don't have any other information to share with you guys. Again, follow me on my podcast starting November. The podcasts are going to be way more structured than just these lives. What we're doing here is just quick overviews. If you have questions, I will absolutely answer them. Even if it's specific questions that you want me to answer, I will answer those questions. When we get on the podcast, I will break it down course style for you. and it will be broken down into small increments of the course. But to get the full course, you definitely have to find me online, minave.com, and sign up for the group rate or an individual class. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. At the end of every encounter with you guys, I want to push out peace, love, wealth, health, prosperity, any and every blessing that you desire. I pray that you get it. I pray that it crosses your threshold. I pray that you take it, you nurture it, you grow it, and then you pay it forward. You release it and leave room for more. God will bless you again. He will tenfold it and do it all over again. I pray that that happens for you guys. Again, my name is Chrissy, Minave Chrissy, as some people know me, the owner of Minave, founder of Bigger Better Bosses, and your boss and wife person. Boss and wife person on Bosses in Love, where you get behind the brand from my family view, my husband, my two boss children. We talk about how we were able to quit our jobs, work in school from home, travel, and build our own little empire from the comfort of our home. Follow us on all of those pages. Until next time, I will catch you guys later. See you guys next Sunday. Be on the lookout for the podcast that will be dropping every Monday evening on Anchor, Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at Simply Minave. Have a good night, y'all.